my name is Alistair O'Loughlin. I'm in the parkour community. I'm known as Buster. The Urban Playground was my concept originally, and our theatre company that I run with Miranda Henderson, Prodigal Theatre, we created the Urban Playground. She directs all the performances, choreographs them, and I'm kind of the leading teacher in terms of teaching technique. So she does choreography, I do the technique side of things.
How did this all come about? What's the background to parkour?
Well, parkour began about 20 years ago when a group of 9 friends living in the suburbs of Paris were very into sport. They were very sporting, they were very athletic, but they had no money, so they couldn't buy football boots, they couldn't join a gym, so they started to create their own games, which were influenced by one of their fathers who had worked in the French military firefighting squad, the sapper, and used a form of training which is known as the method naturale, or the natural method of physical training, which gave the world the assault course, or the obstacle course. So really their game became about using the street as a kind of assault course. And over time, over years of training every day, they built up a huge trust for each other, and that trust in each other and that help with each other allowed them to progress the game, and it became more and more sophisticated. They started to create specific techniques for specific types of obstacles, and eventually they took the term for obstacle course, parcours de combattant, removed the de combattant because they're all pacifists, and kept the parkour, changed the spelling a little bit so that everyone in the world would be able to pronounce it properly, and that's where parkour began. And it's now 20 years old. The group became known as the Yamakasi, which is an African word meaning a strong person with a strong body and a strong spirit. And then 2 of them went off from that group. 7 of them stayed together for I think 14 years, and then they split into smaller groups, and 2 of them, Charles Perrier and Malik Diouf, set up an organisation 5 years ago called Gravity Style. Gravity Style teach parkour, they have an academy in Paris, and we, as the Urban Playground team, are in a permanent partnership with Gravity Style. The type of parkour that we do and the type of parkour that we teach comes directly from the creators, from Charles and Malik. And our partnership is about combining parkour with different forms of dance. So it's using parkour as a choreographic language on the street alongside breakdancing, street dance, contemporary dance, capoeira, whatever you've got.
And how did you get involved yourself?
5 years ago we saw a documentary made by another one of the originators, Sébastien Fouquin, which is called Jump London, and it was the first time that parkour was really explained in any detail in England. In fact, in retrospect, I have a lot of problems with the documentary because I don't think it explained enough the level of risk involved in what Sebastian was doing for the film, which was really stunt work. But he showed the techniques, the principles of parkour, and the next day I took one of the actors from the company out and we went down to a skate park and started jumping around and just trying it out. The next day the whole theatre company came down. It became our regular daily training. After a year we applied for funding and we created this specific staging, the urban playground. And here you see a small piece of the urban playground. It's much bigger and is a kind of modular form. And our first performance that we made for it was seen by Charlotte Malik while they were making a documentary on the evolution of parkour. So we fell within about 2 years of seeing parkour, we were in a partnership with 2 of the masters, which is incredibly lucky for us because most people who train without the masters make lots of mistakes, and we were making those mistakes, and they corrected us and put us on the right path, and so we've been working ever since.